Looks like he is going to go for the follow me, redirecting any attacks coming out from the side of Mike. Moonblast is going to go first, so it is going to be taking both attacks coming out from the Urshifu and the Whimsicott, and with that critical hit, it is just going to be 1 strike out of 3, knocking down the Smeargle. Smeargle is going to be gone for the rest of the game. No more fake outs coming from that Smeargle, and Surging Strikes is going to go into the opposing Urshifu, opting not to go for that close combat, knowing that the Surging Strikes is going to be able to pick up the KO without having to drop its defense or special defense any further. It opts to use Detect, protecting itself from any damage for the rest of this turn. Tornadus is going to go for the Tailwind, so it looks like the Whimsicott actually opted not to go for it. Let's see what the Whimsicott went for. Miraidon's going to go for the Electric Drift. Electric Drift is going to go into that Tornadus, taking it down with 1 hit. Going in for the Electro Drift, which it is locked in due to the Choice Scarf, and Whimsicott is going to finally go for that Tailwind. So because of the Tailwind and because of that Choice Scarf, Miraidon is going to be the first to move. Let's see who he opted to target. Was it the Zacian or was it the Urshifu? He does go into the Zacian. Let's see how much damage this does with the Electric Terrain and the Terra Electric. It is going to be a 1-hit knockout, and down goes the Zacian. It looks like a Terrestrialization is going to be coming out on the side of Big Mike. He is going to Terra Electric that Miraidon. Now the question is he going to target into the Kyogre, or is he going to target into the Zacian? Maybe expecting that he wouldn't target into the Zacian because it would be the obvious play. However, on the other side, a Terrestrialization is also going to be coming out on the side of Mr. Rishi. It looks like it is going to be into that Kyogre, which is Terra Grass. So if he did opt to go for the Electro Drift, going into the Terra Grass, it is going to be able to resist. It is going to be able to resist the hit, and it is going to be able to live it. Let's see what happens here. Whimsicott does go for Light Screen, which means that the Zacian did not click on Protect. Now it becomes a matter of who he targeted with the Miraidon. Electro Drift is coming out, and it did go into the Kyogre. And let's see how much damage it is going to do into the Kyogre. It is going to do it roughly half, a little bit under. And in comes the Play Rough into the Miraidon. Miraidon is going to go down to that +3 Play Rough. Goodbye, Miraidon. And on the side of the Urshifu is going to target into that Tornadus, making sure that it cannot get off Oblique Wind. And looking at the team sheet, it looks like the Kyogre actually doesn't have any moves except for water moves. So you would have to imagine that it's not going to be able to knock out this Urshifu this turn. This Urshifu is moving before the Kyogre. So if it cannot knock out the Urshifu, this is pretty much going to be game over. And the Urshifu dodges! But out comes the Fake Out from the side of Jam, and then Light Screen comes out as well from the Whimsicott, and let's see what the Trap Ghost is going to do. Smeargle does flinch, so it's not going to be able to move. It is going to go for that Terra Starstorm. It is going to go into that Incineroar, chipping it down to basically exactly 50% of its health. Smeargle is going to get the Spadef Rise and the special attack drop. Yeah, and out goes the Smeargle, and the Miraidon is going to go for the Volt Switch, going into the Whimsicott, bringing it down to 1/3 of its HP. Miraidon is going to be able to pivot out. Let's see what the fourth and final Mon Jam has in the back. Jam is going to send in the Lunala, and Lunala is going to hit the field. It is going to activate the Electric Seed since the Hadron Engine did set the Electric Terrain on the previous turn. Lunala's defense is going to go up by 1. Whimsicott is going to go for the Moonblast. Moonblast is going to break Terrapagos' Terra Shell. No longer is it going to be able to make a hit, and not very effective for the rest of the game. Terra Starstorm is going to go out, going into the Whimsicott. It is going to pick up the 1-hit KO because it is effectively at +3 when you account for the choice specs that it's holding. It looks like a Terrestrialization is going to be coming out. Let's see who it's going to be. It's going to be coming out on the Miraidon. Miraidon is going to be turning into that Terra Electric. I mean, you'd have to imagine that if you're Angelo, you just simply click Tailwind and single target Terra Starstorm going into that Miraidon. I don't think a Light Screen is going to be able to offset that damage, considering that it is effectively at +3. Terra Starstorm is going to go down to the Miraidon, is going to pick up the 1-hit knockout. Down goes the Miraidon, and now, yeah, Jam is in a situation where it's just Lunala against the world. Yeah, Lunala is going to turn into that Terra Fairy, and Calyrex, of course, goes for the Psychic, not wanting to risk the Wide Guard. Miraidon is going to drop as a result of that single target attack, and of course the Grim Neigh is going to come out, boosting the Calyrex Shadow special attack by 1 stage. And Calyrex is going to lose a little bit of HP due to the Life Orb chip. Whimsicott is going to go for that Moonblast, going into Lunala, not doing too much damage, but it does break the Shadow Shield. Lunala does go for the Moongeist Beam. Moongeist Beam is going to drop into that Calyrex Shadow, going to take it down in 1 hit, being a 4-time super effective move. Calyrex is going to drop. However, it has done its job at this point. I mean, it took out the Miraidon. Now this is a 1v3. Terrapagos is going to go ahead. It is going to hit the field, and Yeah, I mean, at this point, it's looking pretty grim for Jam.
Galapagos on championship point. Let's see if it can take this final KO for Angelo Hunter.
Yeah, Fake Tear's coming out, going to drop its special defense by 2 stages, and Terrapagos is going to go for that Terra Starstorm. It is bolstered by that choice specs. It is going to drop into that Lunala, and it is going to be enough. Lunala is going to faint, and Angelo Hunter is going to be our St. Jude VGC Charity Tour champion.